Good morning. Happy Friday to you. Brian is coming. He's just mulling around. Actually, Brian's putting pants on because he just got out of the shower. So he's on his way over here. But welcome to Brian and Carrie in the morning. And we're looking really forward to sharing some of our goodies with you today. Some lessons from Arizona from our hotel room that we're excited to share with you. We've actually been excited to share these with you since yesterday. Good morning, Brian Sakowitz. Good morning, Tiffany Maxim. Sorry we're a little bit late. And there is Bubby Stir. Hi, Bubby.
That's me. Hi, babe.
Welcome. You guys are great. You know, we're past our pre-show. We're past our normal time. But Connie, Tiffany, Christine, everybody's in the
crew
house.
is here. These glasses are not. They don't have that refractive.
I think that sounds like
reflective frames.
That's right.
So look at
glare resistant.
The glare. You can barely see my eyes.
You know what? I can.
That's
see your
sad
eyes.
for everybody.
And I've got you guys today because that might be a little bit far for your eyes with the glasses.
What
I don't
else?
know.
What
I don't
else?
know. But
I can
welcome,
see shit.
John Delancey, Lisa, everybody. Oh, by the way,
Toi.
clearly Brian's feeling better,
Number one.
right?
That wasn't like I have to go pee. Number one. That was I'm feeling number one.
You're feeling like
Strong.
on top of the world.
I feel great.
You know what? He was a trooper yesterday.
So were you.
Wait, can you just say what we're talking about?
Yeah, okay, we have lessons on life. We're in our hotel room. We have to go to this conference. We don't have to. We're looking forward to going.
To the conference.
We're looking forward. We're leaving in about an hour. Mm-hmm. So we have about 20 to 30 minutes of share time with you guys. And we had some things happen yesterday. You talked about the food poisoning.
Yep. That was the whole show yesterday.
And you know, can I say something? I want to say something to you and to you. Everyone does oh, poor Brian. Oh, wow, what a trooper he is, having puked until 3 o'clock in the morning, then got up and went to the conference anyways and was, co-delivered with you a great presentation. Can I just say, the real trooper in all of this is this one right here, right? The caregiver. Like, the guy who gets sick, it's always a shame, I get it, but the caregiver is always the one that no one even notices was, in the pocket awesome.
Thank you.
So, Carrie Campbell.
I love my Bubby.
I feel great, by the way. Food poisoning sucks. No one should get it. Do not eat lobster tacos at an airport ever, apparently.
You know, it looks like it's good because the restaurant is very ritzy and all that
stuff.
It's
a really nice restaurant, yeah.
But no.
But I don't know. Kelly Goldowski says good morning.
Good morning,
I love
Kelly.
Goldowski.
We're like a 45-minute flight away, which Chris pointed out yesterday, to Kelly and Chris Goldowski.
We have a rental car we could drive. 45-minute flight is like what, a 4-hour drive?
You know what I think we should do? The next time we come to Arizona, we should stay an extra day and do a crew day somewhere in Arizona.
Who would come to that?
Who wants to host a crew day in Arizona? Yeah. Number one. And who would come to that? Video crapping out for me.
The video's crapping out.
Well, it's not us, because ours is perfectly fine.
Ours is great, yeah.
But who would come to a crew day in Arizona?
I want to know.
I want to know.
I'd come.
Connie Blankenship would come. I know she's going to be the first one to chime in and say, I would come.
You both know your dance well, and it's true, we do know our dance. You didn't think I could see. But you know what? I should also do what you asked me to do 10 minutes ago, which is talk about today. What we're going to talk about today.
I forgot.
So there was a few things that happened yesterday that were really eye-opening for us. They were eye-opening, they were awesome, they were intriguing, and they're all about this whole life lesson genre. So we want to share them.
Yeah.
I've got 3. I'm going to talk about all 3.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'll just add to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to add to them because I wasn't prepared.
Is anyone else noticing something right now? When Carrie did a show by herself yesterday, because I was on the toilet going puke, she was comfortable and relaxed, just did an awesome job. Today, because I'm back and we're not in our usual place, right? You're so funny. I can see it in your face. You have this I don't know what's going on. I'm a little uncomfortable right now. But it's not because of me. It's because this is not our usual.
Yeah, it's because we were out of flow and...
But you rocked it by yourself yesterday, and yet today you're all I don't know what's going on.
I think Brian's saying I'm not rocking it right
now. No, that's not what I mean. I didn't mean that.
I know exactly what you mean, but I agree with you. It's frozen. Why is it freezing for everybody?
Right.
Good morning, Cecily. Brian Sakowitz is in the house. Brian Sakowitz was the first one here today.
Brian Sakowitz is he might be my hero.
Did you ever know that you're my hero?
Who sings? We shouldn't sing.
We
That's
should
awful.
always say.
What did John Delancey
John
say?
Delancey says, no, I don't know, because it's gone. Because the screen moved it up. What
Apparently,
the hell?
we're not frozen at all. Working fine here, says Karen
Yeah,
Roberts.
we're great. Maybe it's something on the... I don't know who else said it was frozen, but I was going to say maybe it's the California coast, but it's not, because Cecily
Right.
is in Chicago. So
Yes.
that's
Good
not
morning,
the case.
Cindy. Yeah, no, we're not frozen. You guys are frozen.
Yeah,
It's
not
the
us.
internet's everywhere except for
For
Arizona.
the first time, the fucked up Friday glitches are not on our side.
Yeah, right. Because historically, the etymology of Fucked Up Friday happened because we started having major technical fuck-ups.
I totally forgot about
One
that.
Friday, so we started referring to it as Must Be Fucked Up Friday, and then it became a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Can I say something? Brian wasn't here yesterday for our 100th episode.
I was just behind
He
that
was
wall.
behind that wall in the shower.
Puking in the toilet.
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
Today's 101. So it's our 101st episode of Brian and Carrie in the morning.
You know what? We're gonna do like 1,000 more.
Yeah, we are. We're gonna
So
do
I'm
a lot more.
I'm very proud of us. I'm very grateful for the crew, but like whatever. You ain't seen nothing yet.
Yes.
Do we start?
Let's start.
You got-
Wait, let's do the.
It is Fucked Up Friday, so yes, yeah.
Let's do the pre-show.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, my crew on!
Oh, that's crew.
It has been. You used to do the who's.
Like the
Weeks
first,
ago.
like not even weeks ago, months ago now.
You guys,
Oh, crew.
Thank you, Cheryl. Cheryl said congrats. You know what we found out yesterday is that a lot of Genius Network members actually watch Brian and Carrie in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they laugh. Do you guys
laugh?
laugh when you
Do
watch?
you guys laugh out loud at us? Almost like maybe in pity.
You know,
Poor guys.
I
Look at them.
realized this morning that I do the same thing when I'm listening to Seth Godin. I don't
Yeah.
I'm not a big bellow out laugh unless I'm engaged with somebody.
Yeah, it's true.
But I chuckle out loud all the time.
God, it's hot in here.
I know we can't turn the air conditioner on though because it's right there.
Arizona's hot.
It's hot in here.
All right, guys, look
Let's
at
go.
I don't want to belabor because we might be having technical issues on the other side of this camera. We're doing fine over here, but I think some people are freezing. So let me say this. Okay, here I have 3 lessons.
I actually really love what you're going to talk about.
Okay,
so
I have
I'm
3
looking forward to
lessons.
adding.
These are lessons on life. But if you really stop to think about these, and if you let them marinate over the course of today, maybe even to the weekend, you are absolutely going to find massive change happening up here.
Yep.
Okay, so here it is. Lesson number 1. Last night we went to Chipotle for dinner. Chipotle is like a religion for us.
Because we don't have it in Montreal.
We don't have Chipotle in Montreal.
Anywhere in Quebec, actually.
Chipotle, get your ass to Quebec. What's wrong with you people?
Yeah.
But like Chipotle is like a luxury for us. It's like, oh my God, let's go to Chipotle. Anytime we're in the States or in Ontario for that matter,
Yeah.
that is where we eat Chipotle, right? So we turned the GPS on yesterday, drove from our hotel. You're looking at my lips again.
Sorry.
She looks at my lips when I talk.
What else?
Look
was
at
there
you.
something-
I don't know. My eyes. It's just cute.
He looks at me like some psychopath when he does that stuff. I don't look like a psychopath.
You don't look like a psychopath.
I wish you guys could see what he's doing.
Okay.
Chipotle.
Chipotle. We plugged Chipotle into the GPS. We're driving from our hotel to Chipotle in our rental car. And it's like 2.7 miles away. It's very close, right? So, but this Chipotle was in the middle of like a very large like strip mall. It had like a Target and a Taco Bell and a big Walgreens. So it was amongst a lot of things, right? So the GPS, who I always call TomTom, said to us, your destination will be on the right. So we're like, that's Target.
There's like apparently 5 right.
Right? So we're like, oh, wait, man, it's in here somewhere, right? So we pull into the big mall, right? And there's Target and there's all kinds of stores. And we're driving around this parking lot, which is the size of like Canada, trying to find the Chipotle. We can't find it. So Carrie goes, I'm going to do this easy. She pulls up the number of this particular restaurant and calls. This guy who answered, just a Chipotle worker, he like guided us.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, here. It's almost like you saying, here, just follow my voice.
Yeah. I can tell you my favorite part about that. But keep going.
Well, because he was like, do you see a Chase Bank?
Yeah.
I know what you're going to say.
Yeah.
And she's like, yes, I see the Chase Bank. And then you went to say something else.
Yes.
Just as he was about to start talking.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, sorry for interrupting. Please continue. And we're like, this guy's trying to make some chicken.
We're just
At this moment, this guy's cutting up salsa.
Right.
And he's apologizing for interrupting us, right? So anyways, we get there. Thanks to the guy who helped us get there. We go inside. There's no lineup. We get our burritos. Every staff member was so nice.
Yep.
They were so friendly.
It was a great experience.
It was a great experience. Chipotle, right? If you've ever been to Chipotle's food is always good.
Yeah.
But the experience, everybody was nice and friendly, and the guy on the phone and everything, right? So we eat our burritos, and we're talking, and we're having a nice time. And 2 tables to our left, there is a lady who's wearing a Chipotle shirt, sitting with a guy who's wearing a suit.
Right.
And I said to Carrie, I said, I bet you that's the manager. That lady right there, she's the manager. So we walk over, and I say to the lady, I said, excuse me, are you the manager? And she goes, yes, I am. And then she goes, and this is the owner. So is the owner of that franchise was the guy in the suit. I said, well, great. I'm glad I have both of you. And we told our experience. We said, look, the Chipotle food is always good, but your customer service here is fantastic. Whatever you're doing with your staff, you're doing it right. The experience was outstanding. And when we told the story of the guy on the phone who was trying to cook the chicken and apologized for interrupting us and guided us all the way there, and we're like, what? That's just superlative. That is really just great. Thank you for that, right? So anyway, they said thank you, and then the owner said, thank you so much for taking the time to tell us. And we were like, well, yeah, of course, our pleasure, right? So we go to the parking lot. We're about to get in a rental car, and they come running out, the manager and the owner. They come running out of the store, and like, hey, you, hold on. And they come up to us, and they give us these little cards. One was for free burritos. One was for 2-for-1 burritos.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? On us.
Right.
Thank you so much for taking the time to tell us that our staff gave you a good experience. And that is a massive life lesson, okay? You complain about fucking everything. You complain about your job and the heat and the cold. You complain about the unfairness and the uncertainty. You complain about the government. You complain about all of it, right? But how often do you tell yourself and or take 30 seconds to tell somebody this was a great experience at the movie theater or at the corner store or at the restaurant or at the Chipotle? Every one of us has no problem saying to the manager, this service sucked. Nobody goes, I don't want to say go to your way. It's not out of your way.
It takes 2 seconds.
It was 2 seconds.
Nobody has the mindfulness to maybe consider sharing a positive comment as opposed to a negative one, right?
And so this might seem like a small little thing, but if you spend the rest of the day musing on this and you really think about it, and the number of opportunities every given day you could share some positivity, you might just change your life. All off of Chipotle.
Yeah, can I add to this story, because I want to round it out and tell a few different things.
Awesome, Chris. Thank you for that. Chris is saying that Chipotle crashed and burned in the U.S. and it looks like they've really upped their customer service to gain their market share back.
It's working. So number one, it kind of circles back to everything we always talk about, right? Our minds are programmed to be negative.
Yes.
So of course we share the negative. Of course, that's what our go-to is, because we're not programmed or conditioned to share the positive. So we have to do that ourselves. We have to condition that into ourselves.
Yes.
But I have 2 kind of side stories to tell of that. So we came back to the hotel, and we came outside, and Brian realized he took we took the burrito cards with us instead of the hotel cards. So we had to actually
I was sick.
Yeah, we had to go to the front desk and ask to get new hotel keys, right? And Brian was telling the story. The guy was awesome, and he was great. And we're leaving tomorrow, right? So we're not going to be back at Chipotle. But so we ended up just taking the 2 cards and asking the guy if he wanted them.
The guy at the hotel front desk.
And he was so beside himself. He was like, gosh, thank you guys so much. And like a little tiny card means everything, right?
Absolutely.
And I just want to tell a really quick story. I was at the liquor store one time, the alcohol store, back at Montreal, and I was picking up a bottle of wine. And I remember I said to the lady at the end of during the transaction, I was like, and how are you doing today? And she was so shocked. She was like, nobody ever asks me that.
Right.
Like, human connection is so valuable. Let's make the best of it, rather than being,
Tiffany Maxim makes a great point. It's not that nobody does that, but not enough people do. Let me refine my opinion of what Tiffany said. Sure, some people do it. No one does it enough. There's my real point. Nobody does enough. All we did was take 2 seconds to tell the manager and the owner this was great service. That got us a whack of free burritos. Okay? Then, in my stupidity, I took the Chipotle cards downstairs thinking they were our hotel room keys. So we went into the front desk, and the guy was just so nice.
He was.
He laughed with us. He joked. So then we gave him free Chipotle.
Right.
the look, the owner and the manager came running out of their restaurant to give us free shit. The hotel clerk was like overwhelmed that we paid forward free burritos. Yeah. Burritos. This whole currency was burritos. Yeah. We're not talking about writing a check to somebody. The currency in question was a fucking burrito. And it lit up people's day. Yeah. So, look, guys, there are so many opportunities to be grateful and positive and pay that stuff forward. And if you just did it on a regular basis, you would change a lot of people's days and you would change your life.
And your own day, yeah, exactly.
100%.
Change your day as well.
Yes.
I love that.
So that's number one.
Lessons
I want to know
on burritos.
What you guys think about that one. Hearts, likes, comments. I want to see them.
Cascade of hearts.
Cascade of hearts. Are we being artistic?
By the way, I have, when we're all done your 3 lessons, I have 1 lesson.
Okay. Well, hearts are coming. This makes me happy.
Okay, let's go. Come on, guys.
Okay, there we go. Let me do number 2 now, okay?
Yeah, let's do it.
So I'm going to set this one up properly. This is my second lesson. This is for you, okay? So Genius Network, where we are this week, is a big deal. Okay, we're not going to get into the specifics and logistics as to why it's a big deal, but we're sitting in a room with New York Times best-selling authors, world-famous physicians, billionaires. I mean, the Genius Network is a massive thing, and it's run by an exquisitely wonderful man named Joe Polish. Joe Polish is the shit.
Yes. Okay,
now, granted, he is by far and away considered the #1 marketing mind in the entire world. Beneath that label, he is a beautiful human being.
Absolutely.
He is absolutely accommodating and lovely and all those things, okay? So, we have the honor asked of us by Joe to speak at yesterday's Genius Network, okay? Great honor, and we rocked it. Because that's what we do, right? Now, here's the thing, okay? And I want to set this up carefully so you understand. There is another wonderful gentleman involved in Genius Network named Joel. Joel has been a professional speaker for about, 14,000 years. Like he's
Hall of Fame world.
Oh, he's a Hall of Fame speaker. I mean, he's Zig Ziglar. He's that kind, right? So Joel is a wonderful man, amazing talent when it comes to speaking, right? And what Joe asks him to do is that everybody who gives a talk at these Genius Networks, Joel basically kind of critiques them, not in a nasty way. He, after you're done, he goes up on stage and tells you what you could have done better, maybe what you should have done a little differently, this and that. Excellent, beautiful, and if you don't think that's a massive prize, you're crazy.
Yeah, of course.
Joel is telling you how to be better at what you do. Yeah. I love it, right? And that's fine. So that's where, I want to be sure you understand. My political correctness is not, I'm not putting on a show. I respect and love for Joel. But here's what I noticed, and we talked about this, okay? And it really had nothing to do with us. Had to do with Joel's critique of every speaker yesterday. Okay, here's what you need to do, guys. You need to make this point here, and then you must do this over here, and then you must do this over here, okay? It's a pretty by-the-book kind of look at getting on stage and putting passion into people's hearts.
Yeah, very specific,
So, again, I want to say what I just said there, okay? A very strategic way of putting passion into people's hearts. Anyone else see the confluence of oddity there? Strategic and passion, to me, don't mesh at all. So, here's my point. Here's our point, okay? And it's to you. It's not about us. It's not about speakers. It's not about Joel. It's to you. More than you realize, from the school system to society at large to definitely the media, you are put in a box. You are told what to do, how to do it, when to do it, in a structured way. And you might not realize that over the years, that has put you in a box. You know what the world needs? The world needs more people who want to break the rules. The world needs more people who do not want to fit in the box. The world needs more people who are going to speak with passion and heart and fuck the structure. People who just want to be the artist.
Right.
So you should know the rules like a pro, but you should fucking break them like an artist.
Right.
You know, and I want to give a quick story about that. As most people know, I was a bodyguard for a lot of years. I worked for a lot of bands, right? One of the bands I worked for was called the Bare Naked Ladies, which they're now an international smash sensation. If you know the Bare Naked Ladies, say so. They're huge. They're amazing. I worked as a bodyguard with them before, long before they were the Bare Naked Ladies, okay? Here's what I want to tell you about them and their show. Most often, the show was supposed to stop at 10. It went to 11:30. Most often, when they were playing a song, they'd stop in the middle of the song because the lead singer thought of a funny story he wanted to tell. Okay? One of my favorite things they used to do, okay, and I'm not joking about this, they would all showcase their talent. Okay, so the band would stop and the lead singer would just riff vocally for 3 minutes and be like amazing by himself. Then the lead guitarist, nobody else would play. He would just riff, nothing, no structure. He would just play his heart out. And it was like epic. The drummer. And then one of my favorites, so that in and of itself is an example, right? But then one of my favorites, the keyboard player, the piano player. I remember one show I was working. When it got to be his turn to riff, he decided that he had just bought a brand new keyboard and he was really in love with it. So instead of playing it, he wanted to take the manual and read it to us. So he spent his 3 minutes reading the manual.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, my point, stopping songs in the middle of a song to tell a story, every artist playing by themselves, riffing with no structure, the keyboardist breaking script and reading from a manual, which by the way, was about the most hilarious fucking thing I've ever seen. And the audience was, they had the audience right there. People loved it when they stopped songs and just started telling stories. People loved it when the keyboardist read from the manual. They loved it when the singer just said, everybody else shut up, I'm going to sing for 3 minutes and I don't know what it's going to be. They broke script every night. They were artists. And you know what? That is how they had the audience in the palm of their hands. They put passion into you. Shows posting stop at 10 o'clock, they went to 11:30. That's what the world needs more of. Get off the script. Get away from the structure. Leave some doors open and do it your way. That's what the world needs.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's a massive lesson as well.
Yeah, you know, and I just want to...
The comments are looking good.
Not letting their job stop them from having fun. Exactly. You know, I just want to add to that because I think that, you know, we talk so much on the show about knowing yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that that's really just so essential because, you know, you have... You know, no matter what you do in life, you're going to have people who share their thoughts with you.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
And, you know, you can call it whatever you want. You can call it a critique. You can call it commentary. You can call it just sharing your thoughts. But there's going to always and forever be influence coming in at you, right? That you can either take and change who you are, or you can take and say, you know what, yeah, that one I kind of understood what they were saying and tweak things a little bit. But you can also take it and change everything. Yeah. And that, I think, is where the artistry stops.
I agree.
Right? That is where the creativity stops. That's where we end up molding ourselves to be like everybody else. Right? And so I think that we have to learn, you know, we have to learn how to decipher influence coming in. Take it, use it, and use it for how it can amplify you as a creative. Rather than diminish you. And I think that's really important.
Be an artist. Be creative. Don't just do the structure. Don't just do what you're supposed to do. Stand the fuck out and get inside people's hearts.
Love it.
By the way, that applies to IT professionals.
Everything.
That applies to good customer service at a fucking Chipotle. It was not structured customer service. It was artistic. It was creative the way these people handled us from a customer service perspective, and it wasn't by design. And that's why we said what we said.
Love it.
Okay, here's my last lesson. This is a good one for me.
I love this one.
I love this one too. We learned this yesterday. This is not our shit. We learned it from somebody else. Okay?
Who did we learn it?
Joel.
Was it Joel who was
Joel was.
Joel. That's right.
Yeah. Okay, listen to this. There is a plant called the Chinese Mosu bamboo plant. Listen to this. Okay? You plant the Chinese Mosu bamboo plant on day one. And you do what you're supposed to do. You nurture it. You do all the things you need to do. Okay? Do you know that for roughly 3 to 5 years, it doesn't even sprout? it doesn't even bud.
Not even like a tiny little bit.
Not even a little bit. It's just, nothing happens. Mm-hmm. So you get excited about your planting. Mm-hmm. And you do all the things you're supposed to do. You nurture, you water, you make sure the sun, you do all the things you're supposed to do. And right around the 3-year mark, when it hasn't even sprouted yet, what do? You give up. Mm-hmm. You say, this isn't going to work. Mm-hmm. I failed. Okay? Do you want to know something about the Chinese Mosu bamboo plant? It grows 90 feet in 6 weeks.
Did you hear that?
Between 3 to 5 years after planting it.
90 feet in 6 weeks. So
it grows to be massive.
Can you imagine watching that? That's right? Amazing.
90 feet in 6 weeks, but let's be clear about the point.
Yeah.
Okay? What you want to accomplish with your life, you can start day one, today. And you can nourish it and nurture it and do all the things you're supposed to do. But it is not going to reveal itself in the true epic beauty that it's waiting to do for 3 to 5 years. Yeah. But when it does sprout, oh fuck, it sprouts. Then it goes 90 feet in 6 weeks. This is a beautiful metaphor for life because people want to lose weight.
Now.
They want now.
Yeah.
They want to start their business and be successful now. They want to start a restaurant now and have it work. We want things now. But what we need to do is plant the seed and nurture and nourish it day by day by day.
Yes.
And play the impatiently patient game. And never lose hope and never lose sight of what that Japanese Mosu bamboo plant is doing beneath the surface. Do you know what it's doing beneath the surface so it can grow 90 feet in 6 weeks? It's anchoring its roots. Yeah. What's happening beneath the surface is what gives the ability for it to grow with such might.
Right.
And you don't see what's happening beneath the surface. Don't you ever give up. Don't you ever forget that every forward step you're taking is another day that the roots are being built. And one day, that motherfucker is just going to grow. You know, don't you ever forget that.
And can I tell you, like, we often...
I deserve so many hearts for that. I got chills when I said that.
Everybody's loving the analogy.
Yes.
So that's great. I want to add to that because we often say this to our clients. Like, one day, you are just going to wake up and realize I'm there.
Holy shit.
I did it.
Right.
Like, everything that I've wanted, it just happened. And it's the equivalent of that. Like, one day you wake up and you realize your tree has grown 90 feet. And you're like, how the hell did that happen? It's like I blinked my eyes and all of a sudden it happened. Yeah. We've experienced that in our own life multiple times, right? So it's the exact same thing. And you're so right. You don't ever give up. Stay consistent because you're growing your roots.
Yes.
You know?
And it's going to pay off.
I love it.
It's going to pay off.
That was the most powerful part of it.
I got shivers telling that story just now.
Yeah.
So you had one more?
Oh yeah, mine was at the beginning of the conference yesterday. Joe asked a question to all the newcomers who were there, and we're a newcomer to Genius Network.
We are.
This was our very first meeting, and
we spoke. And pretty epic of us,
right?
I say.
And the question was like, why are you here, and what do you look for in these kinds of events and stuff like that. And, I realized how I walk into any event, any experience, but I realized how much it applies to everything in life. So for me, whenever we attend one of these events, I always go in with the expectation of everything, but an attachment to nothing. Because we know a lot of people who walk into these events like, okay, I'm going to come out of here with like a business plan, and I'm going to come out of here with like a new strategy to market my company, or I'm going to come out of here with new clients. Those are very specific things that they walk in and they're attached to them. And then when it doesn't happen, they feel deflated and they feel let down. But what I've realized over the years is that if I walk into anything with the expectation of everything, but an attachment to nothing, I get way more than I maybe even anticipated I was going to get. Sure. And that applies for my fitness and my training. It applies to business, it applies to relationships. Yep. I just think it's a really nice nuance to being able to go in with a good feeling and prepared to show up and receive, but not specifically attached to anything.
I agree.
So that's what I wanted to share from yesterday. That
brilliant
was,
stuff. No attachments. Sow some kindness, because when you do, you get free burritos. Be the Japanese Mosu plant and know the rules like a pro, but break those motherfuckers like an artist.
Yeah.
Those are the 4 lessons we wanted to share.
Love it.
You guys are great sports, sitting here in the hotel room. Hope you guys enjoyed yesterday with me puking the toilet.
Poor Brian.
Carrie put up an amazing show. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I actually want to take these 4 points and redo them on Monday.
Sure.
When we're back in our studio and the technology's there with us.
Yeah, we got all of our fancy stuff back.
Yeah,
I love it.
So you guys were awesome. Thank you so much for being with us today. I know we had a reasonably smaller audience today, but it's the crewmates who are here.
All the crewmates are in the house.
Yeah, you guys are the best.
I love you guys.
If you liked what we had to say today, I'm going to ask it one time. Share it out. Share it out right now. Who doesn't need to hear about the Japanese Mosu plant?
Yeah, I agree.
Who doesn't need to hear about showing some kindness every single day? Who doesn't need to understand about expect versus attach? Who doesn't need to hear about breaking the fucking rules, standing out, and forgetting the structure?
I love it.
We all need to hear that.
All of
Give
us.
us a share. Zoe, we love you more. Muna says crew.
We love you guys. We will be
Love you
back.
to death.
Elsie Lotus, the great thing is you can watch the replay. Because it
Yes.
stays here all day long.
Watch it. It was a barn burner.
Yeah, and we'll be back home
Monday,
tomorrow
yeah.
evening late, but we'll Monday's show as normal from our studio with all our fancy gadgets.
Absolutely. Love
Yeah.
you guys.
Mwah.
Mwah. Take care, crew.
Bye.